Hello, Tim O'Kelly here. I'm very excited to bring to you, just on this short piece, something that will actually make one of your dreams come true and exceed what you've ever even imagined. That would be the area of relationship. How to have a relationship that rocks. How to have a relationship that really matches that dream you've always had of having a great relationship. So before I jump into that, let me just tell you a quick story about myself. I started doing this work in 1988. This work meaning personal development. I was asked to take a class by my boss, and I had no idea what the class was. I've never been to a personal development course. That was in 1988. Fell in love with the work. Very simply, why? Because it answered more questions than anybody has ever, in my Catholic school, the university, anything can never answer those questions that I got answered when I started doing this work. And I made a commitment to do this work for the rest of my life because I love it. I love it more now than I did back then. The more that I see what we can do that works. And I've always been about the last 25 years that I've been on the road. I've been doing courses in front of thousands of people in this country and Canada. And one of the things that I've always been thinking about is there's so much personal development. Go to the store, go to the library, look how many books there are. What are the fewest concepts, tools that a human being needs to produce a result in whatever area it may be, right? What are the fewest tools that we need to build a house? So that's what I'm working on. And this area that I'm focusing on right now is 25 years of looking at relationships. Many years of those being in relationships that I was not making work well. And a passion to figure out what it's going to take. And that's what I'm bringing you here over the next few minutes. And you know, I'm very excited because as I've been working on this model and still out there doing classes, I'm putting together this program that will help anyone, no matter where we're at in our relationships, even if we're not in one, how to have a relationship that really works. Because, you know, as I talk to people and I listen to people in courses talk about their challenges in relationships, it really is the same challenges. It looks different. We might use different words, but it's the same challenges. And as I'm sitting back going, this challenge doesn't have to be there. This failure in communication, which is usually the top one, does not have to be there. And what's great about this is what we're not going to do is show you how to communicate, which is what a lot of people are looking for. Tell me how to communicate. Tell me how to communicate my needs. Well, what I want to show you here is that all these complications come out of the context of the relationship is off. And we can be in a relationship and hoping that it's going to be a great relationship. But you know what? If we're in a relationship that is not a functioning relationship, it will never go to a higher level. And there's basically 8 types of relationships that we can be in. The 7 of them are going to create challenges. They're going to create communication problems. They're going to create arguments and fighting, and where our relationship now is a struggle, where it's a pain, and we're sometimes thinking about, I don't even want to be in this relationship sometimes. That's what we want to do, is how do we take whatever relationship we're in to a higher level of a relationship or / partnership, okay? So let me just run through them right now, and I hope you smile, and I hope you laugh at some of the names that I have created for these, right? So for the first one would be what I call a dominationship, okay? Now, some of you might think, I'd like that. Bear with me what I'm talking about. Dominationship is very simply where someone dominates another one. Where someone brings somebody into their life and they completely dominate them. They tell them what to do. They tell them how to think. They tell them what to do. Just dominate them. Okay, that's one type of relationship. Obviously, that relationship can never be a great partnership because it's not a partnership. Got it? Okay. The next one is called a victimship. And this one, for me personally, is the toughest one to see. This is 2 people coming into a relationship and bringing with them an incredible amount of pain, an incredible amount of things don't work in my life, an incredible viewpoint of the world that's negative, and they get together, they find each other and complain. They both complain about how bad things are, how bad they feel, how bad they've been mistreated. And it's just the victimship. And then we have something called a manipulationship. That is where someone attracts another one to just manipulate them. And oftentimes what they're doing is manipulate them to feel powerful, to feel big, to feel empowered, to feel in control by putting this one down. This is one who always has to be right. And they'll make people wrong for them to feel big. That's manipulation. Another type of manipulation is, I'm going to get in this relationship and it is your job to make me happy. It's your job to make me feel good. So when I'm not feeling good, it's your fault. And so we want the other person to make us happy, to make us feel good. That's manipulation. Obviously, that one will never work. Another one is called a competitionship. Okay, competitionship is two people, and why I laugh is, and I hope you are too, is there's a certain relationship just popped into my head that I know that operate from this one. Competitionship is two people that are in a relationship and they're competing to who's the best. They're both working, right? They both have livelihoods, and they come home and they compete of who is the best, who makes the most money, who's taking care of the relationship best, who's taking care of the kids best, and they compete literally on every level. Whether it's financial, whether it's a relationship, whether it's parenting, whether it's health, they're both workout freaks, and they're always competing. Competitionship. Again, not a partnership. Now, another one can be an obligationship. Okay, an obligationship is, and you probably have seen this before, and it's very possible you might be in this one. And it's an easy one to fall into. And it's almost like the one that we call noble. Because an obligationship is, I'm in this because I'm obligated, and I'm obligated to stay in this no matter what the quality of it is. And it might be for religious reasons. You know, I said I would, and in my religious beliefs, you never get a divorce. We are in this because we have children. You might have seen that in your life, is where people stay together because we have children, because we gave our word. I don't want to break my word. I am obligated to stay in this. And you can imagine the difficulties and the challenges that come with that one. And then we have something called imaginationship, where this one is more just that word image, is that two people, and I think this happens usually when we're younger, is we'll attract somebody that has the look that we want. They have the package, they have the outside look, so that when I bring her or him to my friends, they're all going to go, oh my gosh, she is gorgeous, or he is great looking, or whatever. And it fits a certain image that we want to present to the world. Now, you can imagine there that the depth of that relationship is not going to go very far, because what's creating it is just the image. And so those are basically 7 relationships that are going to cause problems. And I don't have time to go into all of those right now, but if you can imagine, if you're in a manipulative relationship and you want to say something and you want to communicate something, which is always the number one comment of helping me in communication, you want to communicate something, but you're in a manipulative relationship, you see that it's going to be really hard to communicate, because you know at a subjective level or deep level, they're going to manipulate you with what you said. You're going to talk about any challenges that you have. They're going to find a way to manipulate it. They're going to use your words, and they might use your words against you later. And so when we fear that at all, it's easy to hold back our communication. You know, and what you'll see on this model is when we hold back, when we stifle ourselves, how things just start to fall apart quickly, okay? So what I'm most excited about, and that I have to admit, that might have been a drag just hearing those, but the point that I'm really excited about is how you can take any one of those relationships that you're in. Now, see, you might be in a couple of them. You might be in an obligationship, and you might be in a manipulative ship. So you might be in 2 or 3 of them. That's okay, because what's possible is, first step, acknowledging, where am I? What relationship am I in? Right now, where am I? And then by using some tools, by using some disciplines, by using some just basic fundamental relationship awareness tools of how to make a shift. You know, and I'd love to go into it right now. I mean, just one thing popped into my head, how we rescue each other in relationships. How we rescue, which is one of the worst things we can do, is rescue another human being, or get into a relationship and expect that person to be like dad was, or to be like mom was. And it's not actually a partnership. So that's what we're building, is how to be in a partnership, how to have a relationship. A relationship that brings a positive charge to your life, that it contributes to your life, that you love being in this relationship. You look forward to communicating. You look forward to creating something that if you do have children, that your children can look up to and use that as a role model. You know, I've been around a lot of people that say the common thing, I didn't have a great role model in relationships. To be able to have that kind of role, for two people to grow and grow together, to learn together. So that's the idea of this, is how to create that partnership, how to create that relationship. And anyone can do it. Anyone can go from wherever they are to a partnership. And so what I'm really excited about is this program I'm putting together. I'm running out of time here. So what I want to say is, if you haven't already, subscribe down to my YouTube channel or click the link below. And actually, if you want to, go to my website. And if you want to get in on these deals that we're coming with, these programs, absolutely just go there, enter your name, and you will be sent all the information on different products that we're putting together, different tools that we're presenting. So get on it. If you really want your relationship to be great for the rest of your life, click below, get other information, and get on, and let's do some really, really great work in relationships. Thank you for checking this out. Bye.